In a beautiful forest, there lived a lovely little rabbit named Bouncing. Bouncing had snow-white fur, like a soft ball of cotton, and its red eyes were like two sparkling gems. That night, Bouncing was lying on the bed, looking at the bright moonlight outside the window and couldn't fall asleep. Suddenly, a bold idea came to its mind, to go to the depths of the forest to see the mysterious glowing place. It was said that there were countless treasures and wonderful magic hidden there. The little rabbit was full of anticipation. It quietly got up, took its beloved carrot backpack, which contained some small snacks and water, and then embarked on this unknown journey. Bouncing hopped along the familiar path and soon came to a small stream. The stream was sparkling in the moonlight, and the water was gurgling, making a clear and pleasant sound, just like playing a wonderful nocturne. But the stream blocked Bouncing's way. It stood by the stream and scratched its head a little anxiously. Suddenly, it found several big stones by the stream, one connected to another, looking like a small bridge specially prepared for it. Bouncing carefully jumped onto the first stone, keeping its eyes firmly on its feet, for fear of falling into the water. 1 step, 2 steps. Finally, it successfully jumped over the stream. It happily shook its long ears and continued on its way. After crossing the stream, the little rabbit Bouncing entered a strange forest area. The trees here were even taller and thicker, and the branches and leaves were so dense that they almost blocked the moonlight. Just when Bouncing was a little scared, it saw a strange light shining in front of it. It curiously ran over. Wow! It turned out to be a large glowing mushroom forest. Those mushrooms were red, blue, green, and colorful, emitting a soft light that lit up the surroundings like daytime. Bouncing excitedly shuttled among the mushroom forest, touching this big mushroom for a while, and looking at that small glowing mushroom for a while, completely forgetting the time. Just when Bouncing was indulging in this beautiful scene, it accidentally stepped into a mud pit. The mud pit was deep and sticky, and Bouncing's little leg sank in at once. It struggled hard, but the more it struggled, the deeper it sank. Fear welled up in its heart, and tears glistened in Bouncing's eyes. It shouted loudly, "Help! Is there anyone?" But in the deep forest at night, there was only its echo. It began to regret its reckless decision. If only it were lying comfortably in bed at home. Just when Bouncing was in despair, a little squirrel heard its cries for help. The little squirrel followed the sound and found the trapped Bouncing. Without saying a word, it found a long branch. It handed one end of the branch to Bouncing and shouted, "Little rabbit, grab the branch and I'll pull you up." Bouncing, as if clutching a life-saving straw, grasped the branch tightly. The little squirrel exerted all its strength and pulled Bouncing out of the mud pit little by little. Bouncing looked at the little squirrel gratefully and thanked it repeatedly. After this thrilling adventure, Bouncing decided to go home. The little squirrel accompanied Bouncing on the way back. Along the way, they shared their stories with each other, and laughter echoed in the forest. When it saw the familiar small yard, Bouncing's heart was full of warmth. It said goodbye to the little squirrel, walked into the house, climbed onto the bed, and soon fell into a sweet dream. Outside the window, the moonlight was still shining gently, guarding this forest full of love and adventure.